days after China's Xi warned protesters of bodies smashed and bones ground to powder. His government apparently attempted to strong-arm the NBA as well. Commissioner Adam Silver now saying that Beijing put pressure on the league to fire the general manager behind that pro-Hong Kong tweet.
We were being asked to fire him by the Chinese government, by the parties we dealt with, government and business. We said there's no chance that's happening. There's no chance we'll even discipline him. The losses have already been substantial. Our games are not back on the air in China as we speak, and we'll see what happens next.
Quite a story. Meanwhile, protesters are defying the threats, waving those American flags in the streets of Hong Kong. They are saying that this weekend will bring massive protests, which the police are calling illegal. So watch that developing situation throughout the night. Here now, Governor Mike Huckabee, former Republican presidential candidate and a Fox News contributor. Governor, good to see you tonight. I know you were just in Taipei on personal business, but what did you learn when you were there about this situation?
Well, I think the people of Taiwan are not that surprised by what's going on, but I think people in America need to be shocked that the NBA, think about this, an American institution would be willing to sell themselves to the Chinese. They're already getting tens of millions of dollars per player. And now they want to make sure that they don't lose the Chinese market, even if it means that they shut themselves up in a way that they would never, ever do in the United States. And it is disgraceful. And quite frankly, Martha, when you sell yourself for money and you sell your love for money, we know what that makes you. I won't say it on television, but we know. And I think that it is a disgrace to the NBA and to the sport. And it's really a reminder that the Chinese are not our real friends. They're in it for themselves.
Well, I think you're right about that.
And they don't tolerate freedom.
Yeah, and, you know, there's a number of good examples that we can bring up that show just how frayed I think this relationship is becoming. But just to, you know, look at it from the NBA's perspective here for one moment. And it feels like Adam Silver is sort of strengthening his backbone on this issue as this moves forward. And maybe it's more important where the NBA ends up on this than where they started, because they were part for the past 30 years of an effort that I think both sides thought they were entering into in good faith to open up democracy, to shine sunlight as a disinfectant in China, to promote global relationships, thinking that this was going to lead to a more open society in China. But what we're all learning now through Hong Kong and through what's happening with the Muslims in the camps that are the Uyghur camps, that just isn't happening. So it looks like it's time for everybody to really reevaluate.
Well, I think what it's a reminder is that when it comes right down to it, the Chinese are still communist, and they're hardcore communists. They're not reformed communists. Sure, they wanted to play ball economically because it built their cities and it gave them a sense of wealth, and it made them look like they were doing something that was really different. But it turns out, Martha, they're still the same old red communist Chinese, and boy, are they acting like it right now. So,
yeah, I mean, when you listen to a president saying that if you dissent, you're going to have your body smashed and your bones ground to powder. I mean, that's a very clear message. That's coming from the president of the country, which is quite shocking. Now we also know these safe harbor laws are going into effect, where China is plotting to block the U.S. military from ports. I also read that, you know, even with the situation going on in Syria and Turkey, they're looking for ways to have greater influence in that part of the world as well. So wherever we back away, they're trying to move in, correct?
That's exactly what they're doing. And a lot of it has to do with the fact that the president has pushed back very hard against China on the cheating, on the trade really scandal that they've been a part of, stealing intellectual property rights, pirating intellectual property over and over again. And because he's pushed back, it's like they got their hands caught in the cookie jar, and they're not happy about it. So they're acting more like Mao Zedong than they are some modern reformist government that is really trying to be an international player. But what you just mentioned about the Chinese president, it is shocking. And let's hope the NBA is finding their spine, their guts, and that they realize that some things aren't worth the money that they're being paid. It's just not. Freedom matters. And we're seeing it in the lives of those people out in Hong Kong waving our flag. I'd love for the NBA players to come back to America and wave our flag, and instead of taking a knee, take a stand.
That's a great point. Governor Huckabee, thank you. Always good to see you, sir.
Thank you, Martha.